Yo, what up? What's poppin'? Back at it again with another video for y'all. Just want to chat with y'all, give y'all some knowledge, and talk about something very important. And what I want to talk about is mental health and athletes. And athletes' mental health is important too. Now, as athletes, they entertain us. We go to sporting events like basketball, football, baseball, for all of my sport fans. I'm a sport fan myself. Like, we go to sporting events, we cheer for our favorite team, we go for our favorite team, we root for our favorite team. There's times where we get upset when they lose, but at the same time, an athlete's mental health, like athletes be having trouble with their mental health too. There's times when it comes down to them losing where they have suicidal thoughts. Even in individual sports, the combat sports, boxing, kickboxing, MMA, mixed martial arts, athletes go through depression too. And you see when they have a lot of pressure on them in order to win, sometimes they're not really right within. And don't get me wrong, it's all about competing. They all about being a competitor. They all about winning, but there are times where it's not all about winning. I mean, you can't win them all. You win some, you lose some. But the way sports is now these days, a lot of these teams be thinking that they can win it all. No, you can't win them all. I mean, look at East Carolina. East Carolina, they're my favorite college football team, but by them making a mistake by firing Ruffin McNeil, it ended up putting them in a bad situation. They fired Ruffin McNeil for no reason. They ended up having two losing seasons back to back. But East Carolina, I'm still a Pirates fan. East Carolina's still my favorite team. But it's just, yeah, you can't win them all. And your mental health, you gotta make. I'm gonna keep on saying this. I'm gonna keep on repeating this because mental health is very important. Kids in school, parents, your child's mental health is more important than their grades. Make sure that you keep a check on your child's mental health. Talk with them because you know good and well a school teacher. I mean, and that's another thing too. You got school teachers that'll even say, "I'm not here to be your friend. I'm here to teach you." I mean, a school teacher is not a counselor. A school teacher ain't gonna see what's wrong with a student's mental health. I mean, but yeah, parents, you gotta keep a check on your child's mental health. Make sure that their mental health is in check, and athletes, if y'all feel like y'all need to take a break, if you feel like maybe you need to do a withdrawal from an event, do that. You got to do what you got to do for your mental health. Shout out to Naomi Osaka, and shout out to, I think her name is Simon Blas or Simon Blouse. I forgot her name, but she's a gymnast. She does gymnastics. Shout out to her too. You got to do what you got to do when it comes down to your mental health. Because when it comes down to having pressure, and don't get me wrong, there are times where you're gonna have to handle pressure, but you also got to make sure that your mental health is in check too. Your mental health is very important. If you need to take a step back, take a step back. Take time out for your mental health because sometimes having too much pressure on you, it can take a toll on your mental health. You don't need to be having suicidal thoughts in your mind 24/7. No, do what you got to do when it comes down to your mental health. We don't need no more people out here committing suicide. You know what I mean? Gotta take time out for your mental health, and that's another thing too. When it comes down to sports, football players, basketball players, and especially professional fighters, mixed martial artists, the press conferences, the media sometimes may ask them some questions that may be out of line, but I guess that's just the media's job. I guess it is, because some of them questions that they be asking these athletes is just out of line, and it gets a little too personal, and it may make the athlete feel some type of way. Yeah, athletes. Yeah, I'm rooting for y'all. Do what you got to do for your mental health. If you need to take a step back, take a step back. If you need to withdraw from an event, do what you got to do. Again, shout out to Naomi Osaka. You know what I mean? But yeah, an athlete's mental health is important too. Mental health for athletes is very important. You know what I mean? Always make sure that your mental health is in check. Don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell on my channel, comment, share. Love y'all.